All right, that's a little time is off with this one. But I want to get y'all on something right fast. This guy, Daily Jesus Devotion. Be careful what you speak. Whatever you speak, and people try to play you. Every time I Daily Jesus Devotion, you telling people not to talk at the wrong time. But when people going against Jesus, and we got a government that can't see everything, how can we understand of what happened in 2019? What they did me when politics involved and the mayor have did wrong. So we understand where quietness, talking at the wrong time, it will get you. We understand where quietness come at. We understand all of these things. But God didn't sit on the sideline and sit quiet. He watched, but he said something. But the thing is, right, when people don't want you to talk, they can get away with racism. Don't speak about what God think you think what he's gonna say. But the word that we live in is not like that. Let me tell you something. If I would have stayed silent dealing with racism from that courtroom and dealing with stupidity, I would have been in there for 20 years in that program dealing, because I talked to another girl, she's been in that program for 10 years. And the DA kept lying to me. God said, we don't need all of that. We don't need the racism. We don't need the lies about what the mayor did when 911 did to me, laughing and taunting, and the stupidity that's going on with the name guard and with terrorism. Don't speak about what God is telling us to do, because you can confuse things. You know, God has sight, but he also know right from wrong and deceiving his enemy, trying to lead him and use God's name in vain. And that's what Boosie is doing. You got to know if you're using God's name in the right way, and you're doing it too, because if we talk, I didn't read all of the conversation, but they was gonna weigh me out by keep lying. And that's not how we're gonna play this game. That's not how we're gonna play with the racism. Yellow Breeze and them terrorized me, and it was MO3 and them, and it was a part of it. But don't get a man to tell a man to sit down. To sit down. Yeah. Hey man, how you doing? Are we going in the room? All right. But don't tell those things in those formats. Don't do that, man. Don't do that in those formats. Don't do that, man. Don't sit up there and lie. And you talking about you talking too much. God, what you want to see? Because Boosie lied and Boosie think he can get away, and he talking about hold up, don't say that much, because he think he can get on YouTube and not have repercussion for his action. Him and them lying in Dallas and Houston. You think it's all that simple? And the mayor can get away with misconduct and not pay the price? And they think they're gonna sit in jail and not be put to death? How can we say something? How God can we say something when we fighting for something greater? This man think he can just get away with lies, and the mayor think he can just get away. But Governor Abbott care about himself and the Justice Department letting this go on and making sure what they doing. God say, my spirit, I have power, but they can abuse their power. I said something when I was outside, and I said this. People are still trying to find something. And you trying to think, we talked about the spirit. We talked about a lot of things. People think they can find something this in the world. But you can also find stuff in the spirit of what you want and with God. But we question those things by not understanding the reason for those things. You know, if I keep you talking about God not to say something, how can we understand our mouth? How can we understand it? That's what you want. You want God's children to be quiet while they run over us and treat us like we ain't nothing, right? But we have to understand those things where those things at. Because the mayor say racist thing to win a politic war. You telling me to stay silent, you gotta know when to sit. No, God can say this. And we continue to let this happen. How we supposed to win? How we supposed to win? We can listen, we can silence ourselves, they still gonna treat us the way we want to treat. Don't come when I've been trying to be silent and learn and listen, and they played their game in Walmart. They played their games in American business. And they playing their game in the courtroom. Don't come at me like that. When games are being played, the racism and lies. Don't talk about when God never did. God always spoke. But he always watched why he spoke the difference of his disciples. And that's what you got to understand. He never said that he didn't talk. He never did talk. So you got to understand, people want to say God is waiting on the right person. You can't be married. You just can't be single and have a kid. It's not like that. Because when we believe in God, God gonna find love no matter what when others are being racist. I'm tired of the nonsense. I'm tired of the women acting like that. I'm tired, man. I told you we changing a chapter. We changing a new one. But God said, don't come at me when things have been broken and rules have been broken. And dumb behavior is still going on. You want me to sit silent while Dallas lied. You want me to sit silent while that courtroom did what they did to me. God said, you want me to sit silent with the Social Security did when Yellow Breeze and them said racist names. While they keep feeding and lying. But don't tell me about God and tell me when God telling me to stand up in the spirit while you trying to make me be hush and get money and God and the enemy trying to break. You ain't no God of mine. You ain't no God of mine because God never been silent. You ain't no God of mine. Because God love us all equal. And God don't let a government, God, your type of God don't let a government do stupid racist behavior with the mayor and them. And, God has sight. He has sight. You see, look what Senator Ted and them have. They have sight and they have power, but they choose to abuse that power. And God has sight. He didn't have power, but he had sight. And he got the people to follow him. But what you have? You have sight and power, but you abuse that power. God didn't get this way by sitting down. But our own black people trying to silence us with lies. South Dallas Kiki, I said, girl, you got a lot to learn. It's not about being the hardest, it's about being the smartest. Yeah. To learn how to keep my mouth. Let me tell you something. God will not be silent. God's children will not be silent. While the mayor and Social Security and Dallas lied, the more they come with lies, I will not be silent. God will not be silent. Where black people care about themselves with the rest of them. Huh? Now I haven't checked it. I just came from Walmart for picking up my medicine and food. About 10 minutes ago I came in. About 15 minutes ago I came in. Yep, about I came in there about six something. I was in there. I was in there about six something. Yeah, I was in there about six something. Yeah, I was in there about six something. But God will not be silent. That American flag, God will not be silent while Yellow Breeze and them lie and get away with things. And they did me in Carrollton. I don't need his love, but God said, I don't need this situation. Walmart would not lie. None of them would not lie. But your lies are going to stop right now. Dallas and them lies are going to stop. And God said, I'm putting a stop to it. Don't try to silence me with your mind games in God. Because every day I call that lawyer bull crap come out of her mouth. Every time I call, bull crap and racism lies, more lies. And people in Dallas pushing it. They are pushing it with more of the bull crap with Yellow Breezing. They are pushing it. The enemy is watching and doing no Boosie sitting up there lying. You know what silence gets you, right? Look at that man lie. Look at him tell lies and he think no, he's gonna be put to death. And you can guarantee that by God and by the justice of the state of Texas law. You learn how to keep your mouth closed because God have not finished working yet. You speak about things, but you have no time. You speak about things. You know, he said, Yellow Breeze, and God said to me, he said, Yellow Breeze said, that's on me, baby. I ain't taking no losses. That's on me, baby. God ain't taking no losses, and my child ain't taking no losses, but my enemy think they got something and know and want me to eat with Yellow Breeze and the same people that stand with him. God said, we don't work like that. We ain't in the same area. They abusing their power, and you want me to be silent. You want God to be a silent with Yellow Breeze and Dallas. And I'm gonna tell you, you want God. You actually, I'm gonna tell us civil rights. I'm gonna tell the Justice Department. I'm gonna tell them you want me to be silent. Yeah. I don't think so, because I've been out there cutting grass the whole day. I don't think it can. I'm gonna go out there in a few minutes. I'm gonna go out there in a few minutes. I was cutting the grass. I didn't see nobody. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go sit in a few, but I didn't see the mailman pass by today. I don't know. All right. But cutting the grass and doing those things and doing the things and you trying to play me, right? God said we can't be silent. And you're trying to abuse your power and do all of these things with Trap Boy Freddy and them. You tried to play me. And you're trying to do it again. Don't come to me when you're talking about being silent. And Texas is playing the whole shit and Governor Abbott, racism with Yellow Breeze. I want my money. But Boosie want to sit up there and lie, and I've been getting disability a kid. And Governor Abbott sitting up there where he care about himself and the Justice Department. I want my money. And people want me to eat with them and tell me no. Why he can't be exposed for the lie he is. Why him and Trap Boy Freddy M3 Boosie can't be exposed. God said why I can't expose them. Why God people can't hear the truth. Why is that? You telling God not to speak. So you speak your sport. But God said, I want to speak. But you telling God not to stand. You telling God not to stand and what we stand for. But they trying to play me, right? Then I had to file another civil rights complaint. What you gonna do now? This man don't want to lose. This racist man don't want to lose. Texas support him and they never did nothing for. Let me tell you, he want to lose. God said, why should I lose because of that racist man, racist yellow breezing, and the people that support him that call the names. Why should I lose? Why should I lose? Because people don't know how to love God, and they lie and lie on God, and they don't know how to love him. We make mistakes. But let me tell you something. One thing I realized, I told myself, I'm not going to let the American business or Texas business hurt me any longer. And I'm not going to let Walmart hurt me any longer. I'm not going to let people that sit it down and lie and fake their love for God. I'm not going to let businesses. Enough is enough. And right now, Governor Abbott, with his racism, care about his people, but we don't have a voice. God said we would never stop. You know, God said once this war over, you can't live amongst them. Because we don't stand for, we don't fight for the same thing. You fight for what you want. And I'm seeing what side I'm seeing what side Senator Ted and them on. God see what side he's on. He ain't on God's side, he on their side. He on Doug McMillan's side in the business that don't believe in God's children and believe that we can fight. One thing, two things I believe in. God, and I believe in Jesus. Those two people are the only one in my head. I don't know that much about Muslim, but those two I put first. Those two I put first in my heart. But you will never understand me. You will never understand the way I breathe, the way I think, the way I lust, the way I lust. You know, I did a Vince McMahon verse. I got so much lust for life. Lust for life, yes. God said you would never break God. You could come through with lies and the Justice Department can believe you and the community lies and the rest of it. But you know what God told me? He said, if they don't have sight to see bullshit from bullshit, they will never understand me. And right now, what's going on in Dallas? Bullshit. What's going on with the million and Social Security? Bullshit. You know, the only person I bow down to God when that time when I meet him at the gates in my heavens. But would you break me? You would never break God. Even when God had the raps on me, they crossed that line. You know, they scared to let God in. What Doug McMillan scared for? What Doug McMillan scared for? Ask your Walmart, ask them what they scared for. What they scared to let God in for? What's the scared? You say you know God, why you scared to let a child in? Why you scared? That's the what you gotta understand. You really gotta understand God, but you scared you denied God, right? They are scared of change. Doug McMillan and them is scared of change. God said they're scared to have somebody like us because they can't understand us and they can't understand God. They value always seeing when somebody new come in, they scared of it. They scared because they think they know God, but they don't know God. Always bring somebody new and powerful to say his words. You scared? I bet you. You know how I would know Dylan Miller scared by spirit. He's scared of change. You know, the only thing that changing in his business is his product, not not the world. That's the only thing that's changing in Dylan Miller Walmart. Products, not the world. You think God is gonna bend down? I tried to reason with Dallas. Nobody didn't want to listen, but they wanted to be heard. They attacked me in character and tried to attack my character and attack everything with their lies and racism. Now a woman gonna pass me and then talking about this and that. God said they had their chance. Krypton like a thing. Let me tell you, if I wouldn't have reached out to Trump man, Walmart would have been still lying. If I wouldn't have did all of the things that I did, people would be still getting away with misbehavior, right? Governor Abbott and his people at Social Security, why should they win? Why we can't win? When they didn't want to listen. But they think power can abuse kind heart, right? Sorry, guys. You think power can abuse it, right? But God said, how can you understand me? How can you get it? How can you breathe it? You scared and you know it. You don't even understand God fully right away, right? But you telling me to let this man get away with everything and watch the mayor to get away with everything? We tried. I tried to play it, then they did something stupid again. Don't come up to me with quietness, know when not to say nothing because you can still know when to say something. They still play dumb. God will not let the enemy of racism and lies win. The people that don't show no love and have no care, Yellow Breeze, or the mayor, or the Dallas don't show no care. And God will not let them win when they don't know my name and they have lies. We will not let them win. God have spoken. We will fight and we will keep fighting. The more lies come up, the more they waste my time. And they waste God time. That was Texas, though. They wasting God time. They wasting our time. And God said, we got bigger fish to fire, bigger battles to fight. That nigga got the nerve to tell me, oh, Nigga can't take it off, nigga. I want to be a part of it. You can't even resist to me. You did you thought after Moses crossed the ocean to Egypt, Moses' brother got washed up. You think people heard him after that? No. After God won the battle? No. After he won the battle. They was by exit out by themselves after God crossed that ocean. Told Moses to them to cross it. He didn't hear them. He didn't hear them afterwards. Because they couldn't be reasoned with. They couldn't be reasoned with. Why should I hear them out? That's the difference from back in the day. God couldn't hear them. That's why the Romans cut tongues. That's why Egypt cut tongues. One thing God said, don't hide money from my child with your races and lies. I'm going to be like Undertaker, me and God. We're going to be like the Undertaker. God said, Yellow Breezy, rest in peace. And we said, rest in peace, me and God said, to your career. And people that believe your lies, but me and God said, rest in peace. And we're going to tell us civil rights. God said to you, we're going to use an Undertaker lie on the civil rights path. Rest in peace. Your career is gone and God have spoken. But people that believe you, they don't believe in God. If they believe in your lies, rest in peace. And I'm going to tell us civil rights against the state of Texas, against the industry. Rest in peace. Yeah. I hope you have a blessed day. And we're going to tell us civil rights right now on the industry and on Texas. God said, tell the people that believe in Yellow Breeze and lies. The Trap Boy Fred and them coming up. Rest in peace. And Boosie lies. I wish you the best of luck, God said. But evil do not run over here. Remember, if I was in the army, I wanted a satellite to see my enemy. I wanted me to monopoly. I would see my enemy by spirit. Remember that.